Alright, let's crank up the intensity and zoom back into the grimy, soul-crushing world of Gachiakuta S episode 13, An Empty Gaze, with that juicy new intel he dropped. This episode is like stumbling into a junkyard cathedral, equal parts sacred and shattered, with every rusted relic whispering secrets. We're not just wading through the abyss's trash piles anymore, we're knee-deep in Amma's past, and it's a gut-wrenching, desert-baked fever dream that'll leave you clutching your coffee cup like it's a lifeline. The episode opens in Tom's hideout, a claustrophobic bunker carved into the abyss's underbelly, where the air thick with the stench of antiseptic and regret. Tom, a no-nonsense healer with hands that glow like radioactive algae, is hunched over Amma, knitting her battered body back together after Rudo's fists turned her midsection into a modern art disaster. Those punches. Yeah, they weren't just physical, they left psychic scars, and the tension in the room is so palpable you could slice it with a rusty shiv. Amma's lying there, her signature dead-eyed stare boring holes through the ceiling, when she starts spilling her story. I know, it's not just a backstory, it's a full-on trauma dump that makes you want to scream, cry, and hug her all at once. Cue the flashback, and we're whisked away to a sun-scorched desert, where a young Amma, all wide-eyed innocence, clings to her mother's hand. The vibe's already unsettling, think endless dunes under a sky that's too blue, too perfect, like it's mocking the hell about to unfold. Her mum, a shadowy figure with a voice tight as a cold sprain, leads her to give us some cryptic figure who's all smiles and promises but gives off major don't get in the van energy. This giver whisks Amma away to a house plot in the middle of nowhere, a ramshackle box of weathered wood and secrets that screams bad decisions were made here. Enter Mr., the enigmatic creep who becomes Amma's new guardian. He's not your warm and fuzzy foster dad, he's got that cold, calculating aura of someone who sees people as projects, not family. The show doesn't linger on his face smart move, keeping him a looming silhouette, but his presence is a blade hanging over every scene. Years pass in this desert prison, and Amma's childhood becomes a montage of quiet horror. The house is a labyrinth of locked doors and flickering lights, with strange noises leaking through the walls, think creaking metal and distant screams. Then, the bombshell drops. One day, Amma sees something that flips her world upside down. A person, another kid, maybe? Sprouts wings on their back. Not metaphorical ones, but grotesque, biomechanical appendages that shimmer like oil slicks under the desert sun. They don't just fly, they ascend rocketing toward the sphere, that gleaming, untouchable city in the sky that looms over Gachiakuta like a taunting god. This moment is pure visual poetry, the wings pulse with unnatural light, the figure's silhouette burns against the horizon, and Amma's empty gaze locks onto it, like she's seeing her own fate written in the stars. It's not just a plot point, it's a haunting promise that whatever Mister is cooking up, it's tied to the sphere and its dark machinations. Back in the present, Tom's still working his healing mojo, his hands weaving glowing threads over Amma's wounds like he's stitching a tapestry of pain. But it's her words that cut deeper than any injury. She's not just recounting memories, she's unraveling herself. Rudo, meanwhile, is a storm cloud in human form, pacing the edges of the scene with fists clenched so tight you can hear his knuckles creak. The guy's drowning in guilt over their last fight, his internal monologue roaring like a junkyard beast. Did I break her, or was she already broken? That mirror shard moment from the original narration. It hits even harder now, with Amma's desert tale echoing in his head. He sees his own lost family and her story orphaned, he's discarded. Their tentative hand brush at the episode's end feels less like reconciliation and more like two broken machines sparking when they touch. The vibe. A slow burn inferno of grief, betrayal, and the faintest flicker of hope, set to a haunting score that weaves piano melancholy with industrial clangs. Key characters carry the weight like champs. Amma's a fractured mistake, her monitor and delivery cracks just enough to let the pain seep through, making her both terrifying and heartbreaking. Tom's the glue, his deadpan humor keep talking, but don't bleed on my floor, grounding the episode's heaviness. Rudo's raw, his every skull and stuttered word screaming and trying to be better, damn it. The overall energy? It's like the show took a deep breath, swapped its usual breakneck chaos for a scalpel, and carved out a piece of its soul for us to hold. By the time the credits hit, you're not just watching your feeling the abyss's weight, wondering what the hell the sphere's hiding and if Amma's wings are next. Let's talk art, because Gachiakuta episode 13 is serving looks that could make a landfill blush. Sideaim's Pictures is out here flexing, turning the abyss's grit and the desert's desolation into a visual feast that's equal parts grotesque and gorgeous. The animation style stays true to Keiruna's manga roots, sharp lines, chaotic textures, and a color palette that screams post-apocalypse chic. Tom's hideout is a masterclass in atmosphere, rusted pipes sweat in the dim light, and every surface feels like it's one bad day away from collapsing. The healing sequences. Pure magic. Tom's glowing hands trail wisps of neon blue that dance like fireflies, contrasting Amma's bruised, almost translucent skin. It's intimate, almost invasive, like you're peeking into a surgical theater where emotions are the patient. The desert flashback is the real showstopper. The dunes ripple with heat haze, painted in ochres and golds that feel oppressively alive. The house itself is a character, its warped planks and flickering bulbs animated with such detail you can practically smell the dust. When that winged figure appears, holy hell, it's a visual gut punch. The wings unfurl with a mix of 2D fluidity and subtle CG shimmer, their natural glow clashing with the organic core of sinew and metal. The ascent to the sphere is framed like a twisted ascension painting, clouds parting, light fracturing, Ammo's tiny silhouette dwarfed by the spectacle. It's the kind of scene that makes you lean forward in your cafe chair, muttering, "What the asterisk, hell asterisk am I looking at?" That said, a gentle nudge, the desert scenes, while stunning, lean heavily on static shots to sell the isolation, and a few more dynamic pans could have cranked the unease to 11. Also, the present-day pacing drags just a smidge. Rudo's brooding shots are moody perfection, but we don't need quite asterisk so many to get the point. The CG teases of Ammo's summons a glitchy phantom at the end feel like a placeholder for bigger things, and I'm itching for more polish there. Still, the art direction's a solid 9/10. Every frame's a love letter to the manga's raw energy with enough flair to make you forgive the occasional hiccup. It's like sipping a perfectly brewed latte with a slightly overdone foam heart, still damn delicious. An empty gaze is Gachiakuta pulling a ninja move, swapping its usual trash titan slugfist for a raw, emotional excavation that hits like a freight train to the feels. Ammo's There's a Tale, with his creepy mist and the jaw-dropping winged escape, isn't just a backstory, it's a mythos bomb that rewires how we see the abyss and the sphere. I'm obsessed with the implications of those wings, the key to the cleaner's powers. Is the sphere churning out more experiments like Ammo? And what's Rudo gonna do when he realizes he's punching his own ghost in her face? The handbrush moment between them is peak slow-burn chemistry, fragile as a cracked circuit board but electric enough to spark 1,000 fanfics. Calm down, shippers, let it simmer. Critique-wise, the episode's introspective vibe is a gamble that mostly pays off, but it teaches on feeling like a setup for the next big bang. If episode 14 doesn't deliver some action to balance this heartache, it might feel like we're stuck in the desert too long. Still, I'm all in hooked on Ammo's tragedy, Rudo's redemption arc, and Tomme's snark as the ultimate palate cleanser. I'm crossing my fingers for a sphere showdown that ties these threads together, maybe with Rudo and Ammo teaming up to burn their shiny city to the ground or at least graffiti it. This episode rusty gem, polished with pain and promise. So, cafe buddy, what's got you buzzing those wings with that stare? Grab another pastry and let's theorize.